Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be taking retouching of this image from the beginning to the end. We'll start with crop tool to crop it a little. So as usual, you're going to take off all the blemishes. You can also use this very patch tool here. Watch closely what I'm doing. Taking off the blemishes from one spot to the other carefully. Alright guys, so at this point I might have to fast forward a bit so I don't take more of your time. So see you when the patch is done completely. We're done with taking off the blemishes. I'm sure you know how it looked before and what it's looking like right now. So I'm going to pick advanced frequency separation 16 bits. Most people do guesswork. It works sometimes you just have to follow the image as it is. The thing is, not all image should go with the same radius while you're separating. So this is a portrait, and then we'll keep going. You're going to adjust this to a point where you can still see the image, not completely blurred out, but you can still have details. I mean, if you go down completely, this would be, it's to some persons you can work with this. I mean, it depends on what you want to achieve, but for the sake of this tutorial, I might have to go a bit further. Let's say 5 looks nice to me. Hit OK, wait for it to load. You have your checker layer. I don't really use that. So the battle here is between this frequency here, the high frequency, and the low frequency. So what I usually do is, so I'm taking this off, then I'm going to create a fresh empty layer in between the two layers here. Then I'll go to my brush and pick my mixer brush. Make sure you sample all layers. Look at this here. So here I brush gently, no need to rush. Gently. Going to do this first part of brushing with you, and then I'm gonna fasten it up so I don't keep you waiting for long. And like I said, this is supposed to be a 5-minute tutorial how you can retouch your image in 5 minutes properly. Okay, show you're already seeing changes in the image at this point. So I'll bring this up. Wow. So let's take a look at the before and after. Just this point alone looks this good. So at this point I'm going to continue with the brushing, then I'll fast this forward so you don't waste too much time. So you can see I'm taking time to brush this so I don't mix my shadows and my highlights. It's actually not a very smooth process, but you gotta take it little by little. You have to take it bit by bit. I mean, there's no need to rush. Do not allow your clients to rush you and then you end up submitting something very bad. Take your time to brush your image. Make sure you have what you want. To not allow your clients to rush you to submitting something should not be boastful of at the end of the day. Alright, so here is our picture. So I'm going to take my brush again, brush tool, Take my opacity to 100. I have this preset already, but in the next video I'll show you guys how to create this action for cleaning of the eye. It's quite very simple. So I'm gonna brush this part of our eyes. Gently, so you don't get through the other part of our eyes. I mean, a whole lot of persons have their own ways of making this happen. I mean, you can't give someone what you don't have, so I'm giving to you what I have, what I know how to do. So I mean, you might have your own technique of making this happen real good and fast. I don't mind you leaving a comment below, so I can also learn from you. Probably if you have a link on how to do it, I don't mind. No knowledge is a waste. Yeah, that is not very bright as the case may be. So what I'm gonna do is I will duplicate this layer, this group rather. Yes, now we have a clean eye. I'll take the opacity down to 50 so it's not very shouty, for it to look very real. So when I'm done with the eye, I'll go to the brows, the eyebrows, to make it look properly lit. Come to dramatic lashes. Okay, so I'll go to the lashes first. I'll increase my brush to the very size I want. I'm going to brush over this. Same thing here to make it darker a little, and I can also come here and brush over it as well, but be careful. In most cases I can use it to darken this part of our eyes more. So I'll go to the lips. I'll reduce my opacity to at least 50 before I do this on the lips. Brush through it, same thing here. I can go a second time, same thing here. This is a combination of color lookups. This is what we've got from the color preset I just dropped. A combination of lots of color lookups. These are before, wait for it, and these are after. Really, I don't intend touching anything on this image from the way it is. I don't intend touching anything further, so I'm going to head straight to dodge and burn, which I'm going to show you guys how to create your own dodge and burn action if I have a good review in this video. So I'll come to my dodge and burn. I mean, I like I said before, I created it myself just the way I'd love to work with. Okay, so dodge and burn, you dodge the shouty areas that are still very visible, then you burn the dark areas. So let's get further. Go to your brush, pick your brush tool, reduce the opacity to, I personally work with 5. So first off, I'm gonna brush this part of her face to brighten this forehead more and more. And mind you, while you're using a high opacity in your brush and burn, be very careful on how you brush, because one single brush can turn off the image to something you don't like to work with. In the same vein, just one brush can give you a very nice look. So I'm trying to brighten the bright areas more and more. That's why I'm dodging the bright areas. Look at it carefully. Trying to brighten the bright areas. Brighten the bright areas. Our chin is looking somehow. So I'm going to create a stamp visible layer. To do that, you press your Shift, Command, Option E. If you're using a Windows window, your shift, alternate, and your control to create a stamp visible layer. Then I'm gonna go to Liquify. What I want to do is I want to reduce this chin a little. It feels so big from my eyes. Trying to give her a different look right now. Okay, this is the before, this after, before, after. Yeah, it looks sweet. And then if you find this video interesting, it has helped in one way or the other, or if you have a friend as a photographer that needs to see this, please forward the link to them, as many as possible. And if this is useful, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you can have notification on when I have more of this video, because we are actually ready to give you a more of this kind of videos and more. Thank you very much. I remain your invisible tutor. I mean, my face doesn't really matter. As long as you have what you want, stay tuned.